Episode 9 is set to introduce a total of 8 new characters into the story by writer and director J.J. Abrams, but not just 8 new characters, but also 3 legacy characters such as Luke, Leia, and Lando Calrissian. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are very curious about when it comes to this movie is exactly how J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio will treat the character of Lando in this movie, and if the character will stay true to how the character was portrayed by Billy Dee Williams in the original trilogy. Now, thankfully, Billy Dee is back to portray the role of Lando once more at the very end of the entire sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Lando Calrissian and a new character connected to him. Specifically, a description of Lando Calrissian inside the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, with Chewbacca in back of him. Next to him, in the co-pilot seat, is a young woman, no older than 30 years old. The next goes over both Lando and the woman looking at each other with the sequence described as Lando and Vera Calrissian's reunion. It is described that Lando's daughter is one of the new characters in the film, portrayed by Naomi Ackie. The next goes over both Lando and Vera holding blaster pistols and fighting stormtroopers on a mysterious world. A fight against the First Order done through father and daughter. Vera's outfit is described as having a red cape over a white shirt and black pants, with some unique jewelry on her wrists and fingers. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this that are really getting me very excited for this movie. Now, you can see that J.J. Abrams is keeping the element of family in the Star Wars universe. Now, we can see that he's actually trying to create the actual bloodline of the Calrissians expanded in Episode 9, which honestly I think is great. Now, this definitely matches up with what we heard a couple of months ago. I believe it was around Thanksgiving, about that big plot leak that actually went over Lando Calrissian's daughter being a part of Episode 9. Now, apparently her name is Vera Calrissian and portrayed by Naomi Ackie. Now, Naomi Ackie isn't a very well-known actress. Like, if you asked anybody, if you know Naomi Ackie, they probably wouldn't know. But she is an up-and-coming actress, and she is a big part in Episode 9. Specifically, she does have a lot of scenes within the first and second acts of this film. It's unclear as to what happens to her as a character in the third act of this movie. Now, not only that, we do know that Oscar Isaac and, of course, Naomi Ackie did a lot of scenes together, and a lot of people are starting to believe that maybe these two characters could very well have a romantic angle in Star Wars. Now, moving past all of this, alright, Lando Calrissian, alright, him having a daughter in Episode 9. Are they going to tell us exactly who his wife is or was? Did she die in battle some time ago, or is she still alive somewhere throughout the galaxy? Now, that's going to be a huge question if they don't answer this in Episode 9, and I don't know about you guys, but do you think it's important if we don't actually get to learn about Lando's wife? Do you think that's a big mistake by Disney and Lucasfilm if we don't learn who he actually was married to or pretty much, had a love interest with? That's a huge question. Like, if this is indeed the actual daughter of Lando Calrissian, Vera Calrissian in Episode 9, portrayed by Naomi Ackie, I think that if his wife is not going to be present in the film, or whoever, they had the child with, I think a lot of people are going to ask themselves, who is the mother of Vera Calrissian? Who is the wife of Lando? What happened to her? Where is she? I think it's going to create a lot of questions that may very well go unanswered unless they do this in the form of comics, books, novels, you name it. Now, moving past all of this, alright, the two of them being inside the cockpit of the actual Millennium Falcon, it feels just right to me, and I've gone over this numerous times. I think that what they're going to do with the Falcon in this film is that they're going to hand it down to Lando, right where it started, right? We do know that the Falcon has been tossed around from person to person throughout the Star Wars universe and the actual franchise itself. So why not bring it back to its roots in the hands of Lando Calrissian? Now, that to me I think would be a great way to go, by offering it to him and claiming it as his own over Rey's. So the last thing that I do want to go over is Vera Calrissian once more. Naomi Ackie, have you guys seen any of her work? Because I've seen her in some snippets and some reels here and there of the movies that she's worked on, and I gotta say, she's not a terrible actress. She's, not like, an A-lister or anything, but I will say that she's pretty solid as an actress, and she definitely could very well portray the role of Lando Calrissian's daughter. Now, does she really have so much resemblance of Lando? That I can't necessarily say. I don't really see a resemblance within her. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly how they're going to play this out, how related she is to Lando. For all we know, she's, pretty much the stepdaughter of Lando Calrissian. For all we know, right? It could be something like that where they're actually unrelated and she just has the adopted name. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.